He leans that Harvey Oswald did it alone.
Really?
Yeah. All this alien talk that's happening right now. It's like, yeah, that's terrible. What if he eats another dog?
That's a possibility.
And I can hit him up and get
just anytime you
mayonnaise
need
or any Hellmans product at snap of my finger.
Wait, did you see what Stephen A. said? Ain't no brothers or sisters putting mayonnaise in their coffee. There had to be somebody white.
And my finger like gets crushed and I get up and it's like sideways. Everyone's trying to make their t-shirts and merch as fast as possible. But I realized, I didn't know anything about football. I was out there just playing. I'll take the aliens.
That was insane.
That's the coolest throw ever. I don't actually put it in my coffee, so.
Welcome back to Momentum. We have a great episode for y'all today, but before that, I'm gonna take a quick second to tell you about PrizePicks. I'm telling y'all, this is gonna make watching football so much more exciting because now you can add some stakes onto some predictions that you already thought were gonna happen anyways. So here's how it works. You pick 2 or more players, choose more or less on their projected stats, and then submit your entry. And I don't know about you guys, but if I were given the option for Patrick Mahomes over 2 touchdowns and Derrick Henry over 50 rushing yards, and they said that I can make up to 25 times my money on that entry, then I would jump on that immediately. So go to prizepicks.com/momentum and use code momentum for a first deposit match up to $100. Enjoy the episode.
Boom. We're live. What's up, brother?
Nothing much.
It's been a while. How you doing?
It's been a while. I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I've been traveling a little bit, as have you, in Kentucky. How's that? You just got in?
It was good. Yeah, I mean, we've been grinding. We've been in camp, in the heat of camp, and we just wrapped up, so had a few days off after some practices after our last preseason game, so made the trip up to the
game.
The homage up to, or the voyage up to the college hometown, and it was a good little trip.
It is always the best feeling to be done with camp, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Bro.
Going back even to high school, I don't know how you guys did it, but, I mean, we would have, like, a hell week, and I don't even think that they're allowed to do it anymore, but we used to go to, like, pretty much like a Army base camp, and we'd go to, like, basic training, like high school, yeah.
Dude, like boot camp.
Yeah, boot camp. And on top of that, we did our hell week of, conditioning and crazy stuff, unnecessary stuff before and after practice. And then college, obviously, you're in the dorms or wherever you are for that. And in the pros, it's no different. So
and it used to be 2 days, too. Were you out there for that?
Oh, yeah.
My freshman year was like that, dude.
Only high school, I think we had 2 days. Like, I remember walkthroughs and then practices at Penn State. But, I mean, the older coaches, it's funny, like Vrabes, like, he's one of the reasons why he gets so much respect is because he's been there and he's done it.
Yeah.
And he's quick to remind you about the old 2 a days that they had, 3 a days, 4 days, 5 a days, whatever back in the days.
And these high schools are getting nuts. Like I just came from Vegas we did like a content thing at the Bishop Gorman Miami Central game, and bro, it was like a college. Like
Insane.
That weight room was nicer than SE's weight room. They have a full-time nutritionist, like snacks, everything. They have like 3 practice fields. Bro, they're watching tape during the game on the sidelines.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, for high school.
That's unreal.
They have like 3 state national championships.
I was actually, it was great to be able to actually speak to Tate Martell recently.
Dude, I saw him at the game. Yeah.
And Tate was a guy I remember like going back to my freshman year in high school, like turning on ESPN, and I was watching this junior at the time or sophomore at the time, tearing it up, and the fact that you can get on a platform like that, playing for a high school that you're playing on ESPN, and you have the facilities like that rivals professional facilities. Like,
right.
It's pretty unreal.
Dude, it's like high schools are the new college. And I was talking about this with my buddy. I think it's because with NIL now, there's so much more at stake. Because before it was like, yeah, you're getting a full ride, and some dudes were definitely getting paid. But now it's like if I have a good year, I can make $5 million next year.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it's crazy. I mean, I've had a lot of opinions on the NIL space, and it was cool to be able to. Well, I mean both, but it was cool to be able to see both sides of it during my college career, like being able to play a few years where it wasn't a thing, and then being right there for the beginning of it, and then also that second year of it. And I'm kind of glad I'm out of the space now. I don't know too much about the ins and outs of what's going on. I try not to pay attention to it because like I said, there's positives and negatives about it, but I mean, definitely more positives, I feel like.
I don't know how it was for y'all in Kentucky, but in California wasn't supposed to hit. Like at first it was Florida.
Yep.
And so we knew like a week before and everything was just wild, wild west. Like, dudes literally had no idea what to do.
No, I mean, I remember the rumblings of it when it first came about. I was like, oh, this is probably something for next season, after this year, whatever the summer of 21 or whatever was it. And then, I remember it was a week prior. It was like, this is enacting
right out of nowhere, bro.
And it was like, wow, like, where do we go from here?
Right. But it was kind of hype, though. Like, in the locker room, everyone's like, no one knows what to do. And then
everyone's trying to make their T-shirts and merch as fast as possible, put it together, getting ready to. Oh, my goodness.
Even with, like, guys streaming, like, I just saw Travis Hunter doing, like, this whole every Monday, like, have you seen it? Like,
no, I haven't.
He does like a Bleacher Report live stream. He was like, I'm going to win the Heisman Trophy. And then he goes out and, like, kind of proves why he should be in the discussion.
Oh, my goodness. What a game.
Bro,
that was one of the only games I really saw this weekend.
Really?
But, I just saw the highlights, and I was following along during the Kentucky game. But,
I
mean, good for Coach Prime. Oh, my goodness.
Nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Insane.
Nuts.
And, everyone thought they would win, like, 3 games.
Jeez. Yeah.
Because that schedule is not – I mean, TCU is also not the TCU of last year.
Still
But to go
runner-up
TCU,
in the national championship.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Insane.
I'm excited to watch. It's going to be – there's been a lot of talks about how this is like the last year of college football purity before all of these conference realignments and the nostalgia of these groups and these teams. There's the ability for there to be some really interesting storylines this year that I'm excited to follow along for.
Just even within the pack. It's like all the best Qs are there this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so deep. There's about like 6-7 teams that could easily win the conference. Another 3 or 4 that can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, SC, UW. I mean, we'll see what Colorado does, but it's cool, bro. It's cool. Talk to me about going from Penn State to Kentucky and the SEC, like difference between the two conferences with all this talk with the realignment, like all these schools out west going to the Big Ten too. Like speed of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then even like Kentucky to now in the league as well.
Yeah, I honestly think it's really hard for me to personally compare the two because it's hard to get a real feel for the speed of the game and just the true differences between the two levels, and unless I had like quality starting experience at both schools and in both conferences and playing the best teams in those conferences, and I didn't really have that at Penn State, so it's hard to compare. But I think that SEC and Big Ten are very, very comparable to each other. I mean, there's great athletes across the board. I think SEC maybe has the edge there in a little bit, maybe in the offensive and defensive line area, just with the size.
The size,
the
size
and the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And the speed might be just a hair faster. But again, it's hard to really compare when I didn't have the meaningful reps at Penn State to feel out the Big Ten.
Yeah, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I felt like college to league, it was less about speed of the game and more mental.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Especially playing quarterback.
I mean, I was expecting, like, obviously there was definitely a change of, wow, these dudes are the best athletes in the world at their respective positions, and the movement's going to be a little different, and balls are going to be needed to throw a little differently. And there was definitely a little bit of that, but like you said, it was mostly mental. And I think that those are the guys that make it work in the NFL are dudes that are able to handle that. And your ability only gets you so far. And even though, like, for the time period that we spent with each other, it was only a few days, the amount of information that we're required to, retain, just in that
like those installs,
12-hour period before we get going the next day, that's a lot. And I mean, there's a reason they do that, because it takes a certain amount of mental capacity to play this game at this level. And if you can't do it, then you can't do it.
It's a different game entirely. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're playing football, but it's like it's chess more than anything. Like placing guys in the right position.
I love it. I mean, that's why you love it, dude. That's why. I mean, there is an aspect of. Don't
you ever just want to go out there and play ball though? It's like
for sure. Like you want to ball out. You want to just trust your God-given abilities and just let it fly and get the ball to players in space and watch them do cool things. But it's so much more than that. And obviously, the higher you get in the echelon of competitiveness in the sport, the more important that side of it is. And I've grown to love it and to embrace it. And That's what makes it so much fun.
Since the last time I saw you, you've blown up a little bit with the commercial, the Mayo commercial.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, bro, because it's a lifetime deal. Like, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
are you getting free Mayo for the rest of your life, or are they paying you for the rest of your life?
It's the Mayo for the rest of the life. I mean, I can hit them up and get
just anytime you
mayonnaise
need some.
or any Hellmans product at snap of my fingers whenever I want. So if you ever need anything, let me know.
Dude, how much is at the crib? You just have tubs of it?
I haven't made my first order yet. I already had some in the fridge because it was already an essential, you know. But I mean, that is all so crazy, and I think that that is, in a sense, I think, for my personal story, like the truest, like most pure example of how NIL kind of helped me, and I think that it helped me learn and was able to make me understand the value of partnerships and what it makes, what it takes to make genuine and meaningful relationships with them. And that came from a weird kind of funny video that I did a couple years ago that transitioned into this. So it was really cool. We had a lot of fun with the video. I don't know if you saw it all, but
I saw a bit of it. Yeah, it was like a press conference.
It was my first time in a setting like that.
Like acting?
Yeah, with like real actors and trying to like, make it look real.
Was that hard?
It was fun. It was really hard. I mean, it's, learning lines is one thing. It's a little different than remembering a play call and just coming off as natural. I thought I did a decent job, but
how many takes
really interesting.
was it?
I think we were there for a couple hours. There was a lot of footage that wasn't didn't end up getting used. But there's a blooper reel out there somewhere. But it was a lot of fun.
Wait, did you see what Stephen A. said? You must have seen it.
No. What?
Like in response to the commercial that you put up.
No.
All right, I'm gonna read it. Because when I looked it up, this was like the first thing that came up. So he goes, okay, do y'all know he got a lifetime deal with Hellmans? That's worse than that UFC fighter who had a lifetime contract with Popeye's Chicken, which is weird because I like Popeyes. That's me saying it.
I love Popeyes.
He goes, that's just nasty, Smith said. And by the way, I'm going to say something that ain't popular, but it needs to be said. When I saw this, I knew he had to be white. Ain't no brothers or sisters doing that. Ain't no brothers or sisters putting mayonnaise in their coffee. There had to be somebody white. Then he finishes it with, it's all love.
Well, it's all love, Stephen A. I love Stephen A. He's so funny.
But I feel like he's talking trash about it, bro. Like,
I don't know. Mayonnaise has got a weird negative connotation to it sometimes, and I don't understand.
Yeah, why is that?
Condiment. I don't know.
I enjoy it myself.
Hey, I mean, if you like it or you don't gotta speak on your opinion on it. But I mean, I don't actually put it in my coffee, so
breaking news.
Yeah.
Have you said that before?
I've tried to.
They don't believe you.
People might not see it, but
no, but it's like a weird comment because it's kind of like if you're trying to like you're talking shit about like your boy or something or like someone that you know, but at the end you're like, oh, he's a good guy though, good guy. Have you seen those skits?
Yeah.
And at the end he just goes, yeah, it's all love.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what?
It's all good. It's all good.
He's a legend though.
He's allowed to say those things.
You give him a pass?
Yeah, I give him a pass.
Yeah.
He's. I need to give him his flowers.
The GOAT of sports media.
He's awesome.
Yeah. How did that start? Because it's also, you mentioned the power of NIL, but also the power of just social media.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
yeah. The era where like dudes and women are just making so much money off of it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it was just the thing that I enjoyed doing, and I had fun with it, and I had a little extra free time, and I think I, just was thinking of funny things and just.
But you knew it'd get under people's skin, huh? Like, are you trying to like, not piss people off, but because it's like a point of contention, like different like weird habits and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a habit though; it's just a funny thing. It's
Yeah.
It's no different than someone doing like a comedy sketch or something. I thought it was funny, and if you didn't think it was funny, then I don't care. And if it did, I'm glad I brought a smile to your face. But I mean. That's what social media is all about. You want to be genuine to yourself, and I mean, I don't have as much time, to have a presence on, platforms like TikTok, like TikTok. I did. But hey, that's what comes of it. It's real, and I mean, if I didn't make that, video, and if I didn't, show them the love that I did, a little bit later on social for the PR package like they had during the Super Bowl, it wouldn't have turned into the deal that it is now. So I mean, that's real. It's legit. It's a case study on why social media works, how it can work for you, and it's just the area we're living in now.
Honestly, and people are making an insane amount. Like I had this one girl on, she works for Overtime up in New York, and like I mean she's making more than all the finance dudes out there like grinding on Wall Street, and you know she's just making videos.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the guys, even involved with football, that are kind of starting to realize the power of it as well. And like, you know, there's the Jujus and the guys streaming and like posting different like video or like podcasts. Yeah. That's a big one now. Well, especially basketball. That's kind of a big one. But I mean, I didn't even realize how much you could make from it.
No, it's insane. It's a genuine career path that a lot of people are taking and being very successful with these days. And it kind of, I feel like the worst part about it is it still kind of leaves a bad taste in some people's mouths. And especially when you're a professional athlete and spending time working on that and doing these, you know, side hustles to grow your brand, there are still people out there that are going to look at that and be like, that's not what you should be focusing on.
Do you think coaches or fans or both?
It's both, but I mean, who cares? You do what you love.
Yeah.
And if it's benefiting you at the end of the day, in whatever way it is, just emotionally, spiritually, financially, then do it.
Yeah, and your girl's in that world too now.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that made some rounds too with some of the partnerships that she has now. But I mean,
like what?
She's rock. I mean, it's public now, but I thought that I kind of screwed it for her when I first mentioned it. But she got a deal with Burger King and just an influencer deal with Burger King.
Yeah,
and I didn't know if she wasn't able to say anything about it, but it's public now. But and a couple more just because of her presence on TikTok and all that. So I mean, she's a rock star. She's great at it. I can't wait to see the success she'll have with it. And she's going all in with it, and I'm very supportive of it.
The whole dude, she's got to move out to LA, go to like a TikTok house.
She's just moved out here, so hopefully she's not moving out too soon. But we've been doing long distance for more than 2 years now, so it's good to be in the same city with each other.
Yeah, dude, how is that long distance?
It's hard, tough, man. It's tough. I mean,
because where was she at?
We met at Penn State together, and
so
right after we started dating, I transferred to Kentucky. So she finished up her degree at Penn State.
Sheesh, that's hard.
And now we're back.
Yeah,
we're back.
How'd you like LA draft prep?
It was cool, man. It was cool.
Y'all were
I need
down
to get
in
back
OC.
there. I was down in OC. I was living in San Clemente. We were doing most of our training in Dana Point, and then we went up to LA a couple times, like to work out with you guys. But it was cool. I don't think I got the best experience with it, just weather-wise at least, because I was so excited to get to Orange County and expecting like great weather, and it was tough weather that winter, and we couldn't even.
But it rained like every day.
Rained every day, dude.
Awful.
It sucked. But I love it. I love the people out there. I didn't really get to check out LA too much, but the vibe in Orange County is cool for sure.
Different vibe. OC is completely different from LA. Completely different. Could you see yourself moving out there?
I don't know. Maybe. I'd have to learn how to surf. But
did you not go out there? Because I know Jordan's big into surfing.
I didn't get to try it. No, I didn't do it. But Jordan is big.
Yeah.
And, but I would definitely do it, and I could see myself out there for sure. Yeah.
Or like, have you thought about where you're gonna be off season, like out here?
No. I mean,
because Nashville's dope, man. Like I would for sure live out here, 100%.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to figure out, where a permanent spot is to live. Hopefully, I have a long career here, and I'm just renting right now. So looking forward to learning the city and its surrounding areas. I feel like I don't even know the city too much. We were talking about where I live. And I was like, I really don't know. I use Apple Maps as such a crutch. It's so bad. And I'm trying to get to know the city a little bit better, but it's still just like a blur.
Yeah, well, it's not even too big to begin to find you. It's not like LA where it's a monster. Like you can get anywhere within like 15 minutes out here, which is nice.
Yeah.
It was really cool to go to college here as well, because you have your big city stuff, but it's small enough to you can kind of see everything as well.
I just love how cheap Ubers are. It's so easy to get an Uber, at least in certain times of the day.
Everything's close.
Yeah, everything's close.
People complain about the traffic, but it's freaking bro. Anywhere in LA, it's about to be an hour max or minimum.
Traffic is traffic. You're gonna get it in any city.
But I'm saying it's not bad out here.
It's not bad
at all. At all.
No.
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge fan of Nashville. How is camp, bro? And you guys brought in D-Hop. Was that mid camp?
It was right before training camp. So
okay.
Yeah, we got the ball rolling with him, and
he's
special, dude. It's cool to hear him in meetings talk and just kind of how he sees and feels things on the field. He knows exactly where he's at, and he's been good for a long time for a lot of reasons. And so, I mean, I'm just trying to learn from him and try to understand how he got to this level and how he's been playing at this level for so long. And but yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, offense is going to be crazy. I know Tajay was going off in rookie camp. I think he's going to have a really good role.
He's been progressing a lot. I'm excited to see his development. He's a hard worker, and obviously as a fellow draftee, he's close to me, and I'm just pulling for all my guys in the rookie class. And camp's been good, but I mean we just had the worst part of the NFL that doesn't get talked about a lot, and that people don't truly understand is the cut period. And the rookie minicamp was one thing, and like you said, like you were just there for a few days. Like how crazy is that to roll into a facility, have this opportunity, and then it unfortunately doesn't work out. And that happened in rookie minicamp, and then we had the guys for camp, and then we had our roster cuts after camp. And these dudes who I've been working my ass off with for the past couple months and really developing strong relationships with are all of a sudden no longer part of my life, and some of them I might not ever see again. So it's the crazy side of the NFL that people don't understand and realize. And I just wish the best. You want everyone to succeed and go out and make a team, and the reality is that it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and even like all the movement going on in season, like it doesn't stop. Like,
no
cuts, trades. Like I just saw the video of Josh Dobbs getting traded out to Arizona. He posted like this little selfie video, and he's kind of taking guys behind behind the scenes of
what it's like
to get. Did you see
process? I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, and he was like, well, I'm kind of living out of this little suitcase. I'm just gonna buy all my new clothes in Arizona. Like, happy to be here. Like, let's ride. I'm gonna find someone to take my apartment, find a new spot. He's like, literally, he's to buy all new stuff because you can't.
Jeez,
it's nuts, bro. Like, unless you're like the franchise guy, like for everyone else, it's like 99%. You're kind of just moving around.
No, there's just a lot of journeymen, just trying to make it. And I have so much respect for everyone in this league because even just for the small amount of time I've been in it, I've realized just what it takes and the mental and physical toll that it takes on you. And like I said, it's just you want to pull for everybody. You want everybody to go out and ball out and get their money and do the things they need to do for them and their family. And it's crazy. Like I think I was watching the Hard Knocks episode, and someone said, like, this for some of us in this room, this is going to be the last time that you're ever going to put the pads on. And
it's true.
You got to have that mindset every time you step on that field, man. And that just kind of made me square up a little bit that day and take my job, a little more seriously.
Yeah, bro, it's hard. I didn't see any of that Hard Knocks. Did you like it?
It's good. It's good. I've been watching Hard Knocks since I was growing up. It was on and off. So I watched the first episode, liked it, and then watched the rest, and it was good.
I saw the clips of Aaron. I feel like that's the main reason I had to watch it. Him talking trash. You see the one where he's like, dude, I don't even know who you are.
Aaron's, I mean.
Aaron's a dog, bro.
When you've had the career he has, you have the green light to say and do some of those things, and he was a lot of fun to watch throughout all of it. Yeah. I love the way he throws the ball, man. He's a cool dude. He's a heck of a quarterback for sure.
Were you talking out there, the Bears game?
Not really, man. I think I was just so locked in, like wanting to do my thing and do my job well. I felt good, man. I felt really confident. I was always a little nervous before college games, and then I'd settled in, but I felt as at ease as I've ever felt like on the field. So
you felt more comfortable during that game than college, you're saying?
I mean, I think so. I mean, just who knows how it might be different for other games.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I don't know if it was what I ate that morning or something, but I mean, I just felt good, felt cool, felt collected. Played all right, and just looking to play better next time I got in the field. And it sucks that I couldn't play those last preseason games, but it is what it is.
Dude, Pat's game would have been hard because you grew up a Pats fan.
Yes, yeah, and I had a bunch of family members there that game too.
Yeah,
so
it's a bummer.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Did you talk at all at Kentucky, or you kind of just mostly?
I was in and out. I wish I was able to like get into the facility, talk some ball, like watch the film with the guys or something. But I really.
Oh no, I was saying like on the field, like talking shit.
Oh, talking shit. Like yeah, I mean sometimes. I mean, I'd bark something here and there.
Florida game.
Yeah, I think I did a little bit, but I'm not a huge talker. But yeah.
No Phillip Rivers.
Nah, definitely not.
Dude, Phillip's an animal, bro.
Dang nabbit.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break to tell you about what the boys over at Prize Picks are cooking up for you. They created the #1 and simplest fantasy sports betting app. I can go online and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. That's less than a minute to not only make some money, but also add some camaraderie to when you're hanging out with the boys on a Saturday afternoon watching a college football game with national championship implications. And for Sundays, I'll let you in on a little secret. I would take Tyreek Hill's over yards any day of the week. So go to prizepicks.com/momentum, use code momentum for a first deposit match up to $100. Now back to the episode.
Oh, I saw that clip with, like, you broke your finger or something. Like, what happened there?
that was Ole Miss game, which is, oh my goodness, I truly think if we win that game, that season is a lot different. But that was a tough one, dude. Was
that last year?
It was last year, yep. And week 5, we were both 4-0 going into it. And
my boy Jackson out there.
Yeah, he was ripping our defense up a little bit. And we had a play where it was 3rd and long, and we're back in the end zone. I think I had like a single cut in the backside with like a dagger coming into me, and I'm waiting on it. We're backed up, and I'm actually in the end zone when I'm out of my drop, and I try to escape the pocket and just throw it out, and I get my foot caught up under a D lineman, and then I fall on my finger or on my hand, and my finger like gets crushed, and I get up, and it's like sideways. And I go over. I'm like trying to get it fixed, and not only that, but I get a safety because my knee was down as I was trying to throw it away, and then not only that, a couple seconds later I realized, oh, my foot is actually fucked up too. So that's how I got my turf toe injury, and so I played the rest of that game, and then I missed that next game.
Was it your throwing hand or?
It was not my throwing hand, but I got a little thick middle joint there to show for it, but
but bro, your finger was going the other way. Like, how'd you keep playing?
They just put it back in. It happens more than people realize. I feel like not like up and close on TV like that, but I mean, there are linemen, dude, whose hands get mangled all game. But I was grateful, I guess, that it was just clean and they just had to yank it.
And then it was just straight after that.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought they had like put a pin or something in there.
No. I just had to get it buddy taped. Yeah.
The photo's hard though.
I mean, if we win the game, it's a little harder, but
yeah. Was that at Ole Miss?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, that stadium's cool. Like,
yeah,
those guys were rocking.
Cool
we played there in 2018. It was their homecoming game. It was cool. And then the year after that, it was a home game. We needed to beat them we needed to win 3 straight, I believe, to make a bowl game. And that was cool. That was when they had AJ and DK.
Yeah.
And it was a close game. We ended up gunning it out. Yeah. They have a really cool fan base. Like their tailgating tradition's like wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've wanted to go there for like as just a fan. You know, that's the one thing you don't get to experience as players. Like you hear about all these great schools and these great traditions and these great game day atmospheres. You just get to play the game. Like I'd love to be able to, after my career, go back and tailgate and check out all these places. Like I love the game so much and the tradition that comes with it that, like I didn't want to take for granted the opportunity I had just to go back to Kentucky and pregame the game with fans and and experience it and watch it from the sideline. Like it's really, really cool. Yeah,
Lexington has a cool fan base as well, bro. We played there when it was Benny Snell.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Terry was the quarterback. That was the year y'all won like 10 games.
That was actually at Penn State. They beat us in the bowl game. And the situation was a true freshman. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
They had a good team that year.
Benny Snell had his way with us.
Dude, yeah, he was a legend. Everyone had like, was it Snell? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
T-shirts everywhere.
Yeah. It's a cool.
That dude runs
name.
Lexington, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's a good dude.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. SEC ball is just different. Every time someone asks me, I'm like, it was a really cool experience to like. Especially, I mean, away games, right? Because Vandy's Vandy. We don't get a ton of people at home games, but
got to get that stadium figured out.
Oh, dude, yeah, the construction.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's bad, right? You saw the photos.
Wild. I thought they weren't going to be able to play their first game there, but they ended up making it work, right? The Hawaii game.
Yeah. Oh, with the Lightning.
I just thought the stadium wasn't going to be ready in time.
Dude,
I read a while back that it might not have been ready, but
yeah, there was like these screenshots going up on Twitter. It was because they played Alabama A&M this past Saturday, and like at the end of the first, like it was an ugly first half. I think they were up like 12-3 or something. It was just like they should be blowing him out.
Mm-hmm.
And they screenshotted that score with like the cameraman and like a weird angle because it's all under construction and it just looks awful.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, the caption is something funny. I was like, yeah, Vandy's gonna Vandy or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they should have a good team. I mean, they kicked our butts last year. Like those.
Did they?
Yeah. I mean, they beat us at home. Those tough game for us, and I hope that they're able to turn it around and, just be great for the city.
It would, bro. But there's so many more UT fans here.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, just walking around, everyone's in burnt orange. But it's also because they played in Nissan.
They played at Nissan.
Yeah, they played at Nissan. So I realized that after. I'm like, dang, bro, like, why are these Tennessee fans out here? Like, we're in like Nashville, not Knoxville. But I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's like obviously it's a more historical program or whatever. And
Tennessee fans are insane. I give them so much credit, like just how they show up.
You think that's the craziest fan base?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
That you've experienced?
Yeah. I mean, I think Kentucky's up there just for all sports. With basketball.
Basketball for sure.
And
football though, you go UT
combined. Yeah, I mean, I think UT's definitely up there. Like it's special what they're able to do as a fan base, and that atmosphere they have for games is pretty crazy. So
yeah, Neyland, you guys went out there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they kicked our tails last year.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, they had a good team last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they look solid too. They just played. They just blew out Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
That Joe Milton kid looks all right.
Yeah, I mean, I played with Joe in the Big Ten when he was at Michigan. So
right.
Seeing his journey and going to Tennessee and how it's working out for him,
Dude,
I wish him the best. I wish him the best, dude. He's got a cannon. I mean, he can spin that thing. So I mean, if he can have a good season, that team's gonna be special.
Bro, this year's group of like college football quarterbacks might be the best and a very like just so deep.
Yeah. I feel like guys like every year, but
you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, but you're right.
Like even Penn State's new guy, I was watching them yesterday.
I haven't seen too much of him, but I mean, I've heard he's a great dude, and I've seen some throws that he's made that have been pretty wild. So
yeah, they
got talent all across the board, and I'm always pulling for my guys at Penn State. So I hope they can reach the heights that they want to get to this year.
Yeah, Franklin, former Vandy guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I remember like watching him when I was a kid when he was at Vandy, and my dad was a big fan of him and just about the job he was able to do here.
Mm-hmm.
And
bro, people forget they were winning like 9 games a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They had some squad.
Yeah.
And they had Trace committed here, I believe. And I want to say like he was gonna get Saquon as well. I heard something about that.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of probably stories with recruits who were thinking about coming here that ended up going to Penn State when Franklin ended up going. So
yeah. Oh, we had this like debate-ish with Marcellus last time, and I was like, these high academic schools with the big endowments for NIL. So like the Ivies, for like no one's got more money than like a Harvard or something, you know. So it's like, what's to stop them from throwing all those resources into football?
Yeah.
Like, how long would it take for them to dominate college football? Because like I mean, at a certain point, isn't it kind of all money?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that their schools institutionally, like what they stand for and what they want to be known for, would never let that.
If the
slide,
interest was there, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules.
I don't either. It was an
just
interesting point that he brought up. He was like, "Yeah, y'all are screwed if the Ivies." And obviously, he's a Columbia guy, so it's like,
yeah. Well, they need to get in first and foremost. Yeah, and like I know you're familiar probably with how the Ivy League recruiting process works. It's not like you need to have a 4.0, you know, but you need to have really good grades still to even play football there.
That would be the big hurdle. Yeah.
That'd be a big hurdle. But I mean, it wasn't too long ago. It was a few generations ago where the Ivy League ran college football when college football was at its
like 100 years ago.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I have ties to Yale, tight ties to like Yale football.
You do?
And so and just hearing the stats about how they used to, beat the hell out of Michigan and stuff.
I think they have the most national championships or something.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. What, do you have family that went to Yale?
Yep. My mom played soccer there. Her brother played football there.
Oh,
their father coached football there for a long time.
Is he in what's that frat? They don't call it frats.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Or something club or yeah.
Is he in Skull and Bones?
Secret Society or whatever. Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't know. If they are, they haven't told me. So.
Well, yeah, maybe he can't.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Spooky.
Yeah. Dude, it sounds sick. Have you seen like the rumors that go on there with Skull and Bones? Like they have to dig up crazy like memorable graves and like bring them in. I don't know how much of it's accurate.
Yeah, I know there's some crazy initiation stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably...
It's like a large percentage of like modern day presidents and like senators and like...
There's some conspiracies around it for sure.
Oh yeah, bro, it's nuts.
Do you buy into that stuff? Are you a big conspiracist?
I enjoy a good one.
I can't.
You can't?
I don't know, dude. I just like all this alien talk that's happening right now. It's like,
oh, dude, I'm all in on it.
Are you really? I'm so anti. Like, I'm not paying attention to it. It's not going to affect my life. I'll see.
You don't think it's
major
interesting?
Headline? I mean, I think it's interesting, but it's like, why would I worry about something?
Spend time
like this?
on it because it'd be the biggest story in human history.
Until it just never happens, and then you waste your whole life.
But you don't think it's a possibility that they would cover it up, and that there's a lot?
No, I think that they would, and I don't know.
You just see the Bob Lazar thing?
No.
You don't know who that is?
Wasn't he on Joe Rogan or something? I think I saw something about it.
Yeah, he was on Rogan. So he's like one of the first guys, like one of the first whistleblowers in that space. Said he worked at, is it S2? Like not Area 51, but one of those nearby spots in, was it Los Alamos or whatever? And like he's had the same consistent story since like the 80s and 90s, like all the way through. So it's like it's either... And like he's legitimately like a genius with like physics and like propulsion experts. Like that's undeniable. So it's either like, all right, this dude's telling the truth, or he's like schizophrenic, delusional, which is also a possibility. But it's the same thing with the Grush guy. I don't know if you saw him. Like he's the one that started the whole Senate hearings.
Yeah.
And
is he the one who went on oath and said that?
Yeah, exactly. Which like that's the same thing there. Either he's telling the truth, and it's the biggest story in human history, or we have people with like mental health issues like running our government, like in high like military standing spot.
Yeah, neither ideal. I'll take the aliens.
You think though?
Yeah, I'll take the aliens.
That might be worse, bro. Yeah. That might be worse. It's interesting. Conspiracies are fun, dude. You don't have one that gets you going?
What did I just... So I'm a big, like, if I have, like, a half hour before bed or something, I'll, like, find a YouTube video. Or
go down a
rabbit hole.
Interesting,
like, rabbit hole, just to try to learn or just have something interesting to watch. There's a channel called Let Me Know, and this guy does insane, like, doc stories kind of things. And he only posts, like, a couple a year because these things are so well done. They're like movies. And he did, like, recently did a long one on the JFK assassination.
Ooh,
and
that's a good one.
Just laying out all the facts. It was nothing like, that's what I liked about it. I appreciated about it. It was nothing conspiracy based. It was just like laying out the facts, the possibilities, not really saying what exactly.
Like he doesn't take a side.
Doesn't.
But he just kind of.
I don't want to ruin it, but he does eventually take a side. But
what does he say? It was the CIA?
He leans that Lee Harvey Oswald did it alone.
Really?
Yeah. For the most part, at least. But it's worth a watch. These videos are incredible.
Damn, that's cool, bro. What about the moon landing?
I
you don't know. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
this all we're gonna do now?
Dude, I love it.
Moon landing. I don't know, dude.
We had an astronaut on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. This guy, Garrett Reisman.
Wow.
Dude, he spent like 98 days in space or something. And we
Did
asked
you ask him?
Of course we asked him, dude. And he said that it would be more difficult to fake it than actually do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Given the film industry back in...
That's the argument I always
late
lean
60s,
on,
early
the CGI
70s.
abilities back then. Like,
yeah, they said they wouldn't have been able to do it. And he works on a movie set too. Like he works as a consultant now with like all these space shows and stuff. So like he kind of understands.
It's cool.
But yeah, bro, it's fun. Dude, what are you getting into like outside of ball?
Not much, man. I haven't had time for much.
Well, camp, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Outside of ball, my golf season's over, so that stinks. I just got a new set too, and I was looking forward to break them in. But
bye week.
Maybe bye week. Yeah, we'll see.
There's a cool course here. Have you gone around here?
Yeah, I've been to a couple clubs. Yep.
We used to go to McCabe a lot.
I haven't been there.
It's right next to campus.
Yeah. Is that the one where I think is that the school's golf course, Vanderbilt?
I don't know if that's where they golf, but it's right there.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, golfing's so frustrating.
Nothing else though. I mean, I've been thinking about wanting to get a dog, dude. I'm in that part of my life already. I don't know.
You and your girl are
do it.
transitioning to getting a dog?
I don't know. I mean, we're not living together right now, but I feel like I'd want to wait till I had a little bit more space. I'm just in a little apartment now, so. But everyone in my building has a dog, and it's like I see it every day, and it makes me want to get a dog. And
what kind of dog?
I would get a bigger dog, I think. I would even think about getting like a Doberman. I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
Dude, get a German Shepherd.
I really don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool too.
No.
Girlfriend wants a small dog, so I think that'd be cool. Big dog, small dog. It's always a good little vibe.
A big one and a small one?
Yeah, at some point.
Dude, they're gonna fight.
No, hopefully not. I mean,
I have a German, and usually he's nice, like no issues, but sometimes he'll just go rampage, bro. Like he'll attack small dogs. We used to have like a chicken coop at home, and bro, like he just ate like all of them. Not all of them, but most of them, dude.
Jeez,
dude, they're crazy, but they're awesome. They're fun.
Yeah, that's a little too fun for me. I
think. You think? They're little wolves, bro.
I don't want that responsibility.
Eating chickens?
Yeah, that's terrible. What if he eats another dog?
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep on a leash,
Yeah.
Bro, I just opened the door and he just booked it. I had to like rip him off the little dog. It was a bad deal.
Is that your only dog you have?
Stitches, yeah.
Yeah. We were a lab family growing up. We always had a lab. I had a big lab, and then we had another one, like right before I left for college. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's all right.
You're not? Why?
I didn't really get to create a genuine relationship with him because we got him like right before I left for college, and I'm like not home a lot, and it's just like nothing beats your first dog. We had the first dog for a while. He was such a good dog, and then second one just he's all right. I love him.
Trying to replace him.
He's all right.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good move to get one out here. There's a lot of like open space.
There's a little dog park like right next to my spot too.
Oh really? Have you been out to the Parthenon? You know what that is, though, right? Like the big park. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
right next to campus.
I need to. And you need to give me some suggestions on what I can do around here, especially with the girl.
What kind of stuff you trying to do?
Just I like day trips, day activities, like even like spots around here, driving like hiking spots or whatever, what have you.
Yeah, I've actually never hiked here, but there's a vineyard a lot of people go to, Arrington Vineyards. It's like a good date spot. I see a lot of people posting out there. A lot of good food spots, as you know, like M Street we were talking about, like Cane Prime.
That's like a 2-minute walk. Yeah, it's
yeah, bro, right there.
Great spot, dude.
Let's see, what else? That's the thing like about LA too, is there's more outdoor opportunities. Hiking, surfing. Like I'm a big skier. I love skiing.
You love skiing?
Yeah, bro.
I skied a little bit growing up, but
I had to stop because of football.
Yeah, I stopped too. But I'm definitely gonna.
Just so many knees. Everyone goes down.
Up. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have my kids ski growing up. It's the two things. I'm gonna ski, and then I'm gonna make them all golf. Because I always tell my dad that he should have had me golf younger, and I wouldn't be so bad right now. So, yeah.
So being from Connecticut, it's a little bit like it's like a small football community, but like the people I've talked to from there, it's a little cultish. Like everyone, like in a good way, like sticks together. Like it's a big deal to be from Connecticut and play football there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're all just because it's not the biggest, recruiting hotbed part of the country. We're all just pulling for each other, Not even just Connecticut, like New England in general. I feel like, you see the guys that make it, and you want to be one of those guys too. And everyone's just very supportive of each other. So I mean, it's a small state, but I mean, I feel like we always have a good amount of guys each year going and playing Power 5, and eventually going and playing in the league. Like seeing dudes in our first couple preseason games, like from Connecticut, and then seeing how far they've come is really cool. Like Bobby Haskins, who's a lineman for the
dude, you know Bobby?
The Bears, yeah.
Let's go.
he was at Pitt and then USC.
Yeah,
and,
bro, we had him on the show too. I love Bobby.
And he went to my rival high school in Connecticut. And then Lewis, safety from Georgia, who's playing for the Vikings. He's from Massachusetts. He went to Everett up there. But we're all just I feel like we're a good little tight knit community that's all rooting for each other.
Yeah. Do you think that affected your recruiting at all, being from like a smaller?
A little bit. I had a weird recruiting process because, as you know, like especially like I feel like years ago, dudes were getting recruited so young, and quarterbacks specifically committed as early as freshman, sophomore year of high school. Yeah. I didn't really have any Power 5 offers until summer going into my senior year, and that's when they started rolling in. And I think it took a little bit because I was from Connecticut and I didn't have the exposure, but I figured as long as I kept working and went to the camps and kept showing my abilities that the opportunities would come. But maybe they needed a little bit more nudge just because of where I was from. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. But do you think it was a big jump necessarily from like playing that competition up to Penn State?
Yeah, I think that. I didn't know anything about football in high school. Yeah. That's what I realized. I didn't know anything about football. Like I was out there just playing. I was throwing it to the open guy, trying to throw to the open guy, and that was the biggest transition. I felt like was just
like learning coverage.
Yeah, learning coverage, just learning scheme, and I had the ability, but my first camp at Penn State was rough.
Really?
Oh my goodness! Like I didn't know what it took to be successful at that level, and it took me a while, but figured it out.
Yeah. So did you have doubts early on?
Kind of. I mean, it just sucked, like, because a lot of guys will commit and look at the roster and be like, like.
Well, I'm saying when you got to school.
Yeah, I'm saying like, I might be quarterback 2 this year, or quarterback 3, and this will give me an opportunity to compete for the starting job the next year or something. I didn't really look at that. I just wanted to go to the best opportunity, best school overall for me. And I was like quarterback 5 when I first got there. And like when you get there and you see that and it kind of hits you, you're like, damn, like I'm bottom of the barrel right now. Yeah. I suck. I can't make these throws. Like there's moments of doubt. But luckily, just piece by piece, was able to start figuring it out.
So if I told Will back then, redshirting, 5th dude in the roster, that you'd get drafted where you were and be in the league right now, what would he say?
Like, say, hell yeah, that's what I expected, baby. Like that's what I wanted to happen, and that's what I was working towards. And even though there were moments of doubt and realizations that it was going to be a lot harder than I had initially thought, I always had that confidence. I feel like that this would all work out for me.
Yeah, no, that's interesting, bro. So you redshirted that year, freshman year?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting because especially at quarterback, like, I mean, you see it in the league, but you see it at every level where dudes are expected to produce so early, and like there's no patience anymore. It's like a big one.
Yeah.
Because like guys, like sometimes it takes time.
Yeah, but like, you only have so much time, like.
Yeah, I know.
There is a time frame, but.
But like you said, you weren't ready freshman year, like, and a lot of dudes aren't. And like a guy like Arch Manning, right? It's just like tons of hype, whatever, and it's like you don't play well spring game and like you're bust immediately. And some dudes, like, it takes like a year or 2.
Yeah, I mean, just people need to understand that, and
yeah,
coaches know that, and that's why they're the ones making the decisions, and people within the organization and people within teams know that, and they're going to do their best to be good shepherds to those players and develop them and make them ready for when their number is called.
No doubt. Let's see how long. What time do you have to head out?
I'm going to the facility after this, and I got to work out at 5.
You're just lifting on your own? Y'all have like...
I'm doing like a throw-in workout. So I'm throwing some balls.
With the guys?
Just one guy. Just with my quarterback coach that I work with over FaceTime.
Oh, dude, yeah. I hit him up.
Yeah. Rob.
Yeah, he's in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm. Vancouver.
Dude, yeah, I like the stuff he's putting out, bro.
He's great, dude. I mean, I every time I work with him, I walk away feeling like I'm spinning it a little better.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff with Nathan Rourke, right?
Yeah, Nathan's great. I mean, he's a heck of a player. I'm excited for him to make the most of his opportunity down in Jacksonville, and for him to see him shine.
That nuts play.
That was insane.
Dude,
that was insane, dude. That was like the coolest throw ever.
It really was.
I remember he did it, and we were all like practicing it and trying to do it the next day, like on air.
Were you really?
Yeah, like just when we were messing around during special teams. And
yeah,
dude, that's a play that like it's
that, like,
regardless of
that gets you a spot on the
whatever.
team. Like, you can't get cut after that.
Yeah, Well, he's on the practice squad, but I was surprised to see that he got cut after his
after that play. He could spin it, bro. No, I do like that. He's like one of the first coaches that's teaching like his method of rotation.
Rotary mechanics. Yeah, I mean he's a scientist. He's a expert of the human body and the biomechanic efficiencies of specifically throwers and as well as other rotational athletes. So he's great. He makes a lot of sense. I've never met him in person.
Really?
I've only ever done FaceTime sessions with him.
And
the
saw
fact
him
that he
posting,
can, the fact that he can make you learn so much just over a FaceTime session is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see how much like quarterback training has evolved. Like I've had like different coaches tell me crazy things, but like early on, like I had one guy tell me like you need to point to where you're throwing.
Yeah, no, there's some crazy people.
I was like in like youth football or whatever. I'm like, dude, I don't think that's how you should do it. With the Aaron, like the whole Jimbo, Aaron, Kellen Mond thing where you gotta like hold the ball super high up.
Yeah.
Like that used to be like if you watch like old tapes of me in youth football, like the ball's up here next to my ear.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's
switch some up.
The game has changed, and
I feel like Aaron Rodgers probably played a big like influence on that because it's so low and relaxed, and it's like just
That it is cool to see how,
and like Mahomes probably too.
Yeah, it's cool to watch tape and see how the game used to be played and how it's played now, and how people have been able to notice and understand deficiencies in areas of physical ability and how they can attack it. And you see that especially with quarterbacks and throwing motions and all that. And obviously everyone's got their own, and you got to make it unique to yourself. But with all the science, all the data, all the expertise in the sports world, you're always going to see changes in that.
Yeah, brother. All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
It. That was fun,
this
bro.
is great. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Doc.